Shalom, Shalom, Israel. Alright, Brother Tazamah coming at y'all with a cold cut. Alright, first I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And this actually been on my spirit because I actually watched a video of a slave master making a so-called Negro kid read the scriptures, and this how they was brainwashing us, but they didn't have the right understanding. Right, they was using verses, using chapters to kind of brainwash us. That's why you have brothers, out there, on the highways and byways teaching. They say that's the white man's book. The white man used that to enslave us. So I'm gonna break down this whole Colossians the third chapter through the Spirit. Right? Let's grab this. I gotta see this first though.
Wives, submit yourselves to your husband as is fitting in the Lord. Husbands, love your wives and do not be harsh with them. Children, obey your parents in everything, for this pleases the Lord. Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything, not only when their eyes on you and to curry the favor, but with sincerity of the heart in referring to the Lord.
Oh, I don't believe it. How old are you, boy?
I ain't been on yet, sir.
Pay up, gentlemen. It's dangerous, teaching them to read.
Wow.
That's true. That Turner was taught to read.
Nonsense. Let me show you. Boy, can you explain to me the meaning of what you just read?
No, master.
See? It's like a parrot reciting Shakespeare. Well done, Elam. Well done.
So basically, the man, the little boy, he was reading the Colossians the third chapter. As we finna break this down, we finna get the true understanding, because the so-called white man, he didn't have no understanding. He was using that to enslave us and to brainwash us through our own book. But this book is only for the Israelites and by the Israelites. Through the Spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we finna break down Colossians the third chapter. Alright? This is Colossians 3:1. If ye be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Right? So if you risen with Hamashiach Yahushua, you gotta seek those things which are above. Right? The kingdom. Where Christ sitteth on the right hand of God. Right? So Hamashiach Yahushua is sitting on the right hand of the Father Yahweh. Verse 2, it says, set your affection on things above, not on things on the earth. Set your affection on things above. What's above? The kingdom, multiple wives, cattle. Us as so-called us as a so-called nation, we never had cattle, right? Garments, fruits, veggies, clean foods. The water is contaminated. Air. And you gotta set your things that are above, man. Not on things on the earth. Right? What's on the earth? Lust of the flesh. Right? Evil concupiscence. Idolatry. Wicked family members. There's a lot of things, that's on the earth that's wicked. Oh yeah, real quick. Let me link that up with the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 18. This is why we shouldn't set our affection on things on the earth. This video is not going to be too long. It says, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but more for a moment, worketh us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. While we look at things which are seen, which are not, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal. Right? Everything that's on this earth right now, and that scene is temporary, man. It's going to pass over, according to the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15 on down. It's going to pass on because it's in a world. But the things which are not seen are eternal, right? The things we don't see the kingdom of heaven, the cattle. That's why I say in the book of Matthew, hey, eyes have not seen what the Most High has in store for us. Right? Now back to the book of Colossians. All right. Verse 3, it says, "For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God." Right? For ye are, because we dead to the world. Right? We dead to those parties we used to go to. We dead to the different women we used to sleep around with. We dead to playing video games all day. Right? We dead to going out to football games on the Sabbath, breaking the Sabbath. Right? We dead to wearing whatever we want to wear, eating abominable foods. We dead to that. Verse 4, it says, "When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye appear with him in glory." Right? So when Christ and Mashiach appear, man, for those that's keeping the commandments, right? Diligently having faith, they on fire, they studying, they reading, they praying, they fasting. Hey, you're gonna be in glory with Hamashiach Yahushua. But for the ones that's not, the coons out there, hey, we got a lot of coons in the nation of Israel. The coons, the Eves, the Jakes that don't want to keep the commandments and be disobedient. Hey, you're not gonna appear with Hamashiach Yahushua in that glory. And there's various precepts you can link that up with. Verse 5, it says, "Mortify therefore your members, which are upon the earth." Right? Mortify means to humble and be greatly ashamed. That's why I say in the book of Matthew, hey, if your right hand offend thee, cut it off. We gotta have discipline. It says, "Which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, and order and affection, evil concupiscence," right? Lust, the desire to lust, and covetousness, which is idolatry. We gotta cut those things out. Verse 6, "For which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience." So if you doing those things and you're not hearkening to the commandments and you're not keeping the commandments, hey, the Most High's wrath is going to come on the children of disobedience. Right? Verse 7, "In which ye also walked some time when ye lived in them," because we used to live in those things. Verse 8 says, "But now ye also put off these things: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy mouth out of your mouth, filthy communication out of your mouth." So like it. And you got brothers, they still throwing out curse words. And the truth, brothers should be working on their words that's gonna come out their mouth. Cause you still gonna get judged for that. Best believe you getting judged for what you say. That's why I say in the book of James, chapter 3, in the book of Psalms, and various other precepts, hey, basically watch what you come out, man. Including the Proverbs 13 and 3. You gotta watch what come out your mouth. Right? Real quick, let me pull that in the book of James, the 3rd chapter. Right? It's the book of James, chapter 3, verse 5. It says, "Even so, the tongue is a little member and boasts of great things." Right? The tongue is a little body part on your body, man. It says, "Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth." Right? That little thing, that little member, part of your body, hey, it can kindle fire. It can start. Hey, brothers, say two brothers about to fight. Hey, you got another brother instigating. Right? He adding fuel to the fire. Right? Right. We're gonna jump down to verse 7. It says, "For every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents and of all things in the sea is tamed." All of those animals can be tamed and have been tamed of mankind. Men have tamed those animals. It says, verse 8, "But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil full of deadly poison." So you got to watch what you say out of your mouth. That's why I say in the scriptures, life and death are in the power of the tongue. Right? You got to watch what you say. So brothers out there, hey, brothers always could be working on something. Let's go back to the book of Colossians. It says, lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Right? When you put on that new man, and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding comes from the Most High, and that's the image of the Most High. He created wisdom, right? As I say in the book of Sirach, the man created wisdom, and if wisdom is this great thing, how much more for the Most High? So when you in that new man, you in that new wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you walking in the image of the Most High, and He's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Verse 11, it says, where there neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Christ is all in all. And when it's talking about that, it's talking about the Israelites that's in His truth and the so-called Israelites that's not in His truth, right? Over various precepts, because we were once Gentiles. And if you in the world, you still a Gentile. According to various precepts. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2, right? And you got various other precepts. That's another breakdown for another day, though. I want to quickly go through this. Verse 12, it says, put on, therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering. So this is the character traits, the characteristics of the elect, right? Verse 13, it says, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. If any man have a quarrel against any, even as Christ forgave you, so also do ye, right? Brothers in His truth, especially, if you still got grudges against brothers, check your spirit, man. Because the Most High, Hamashiach Yahushua, He died for you. And the fact that you still have a grudge against your brethren, you should be ashamed of yourself. Hamashiach Yahushua, He died for you. How dare you still have a grudge against your brethren? As wicked as you used to be, Yahushua the Son, he died for you, man. Right? And the Most High is not going to forgive you. According to various other precepts, Sirach, the 28th chapter, the 2nd verse, the book of Matthew, about forgiving your brethren, right? Leviticus 19 and 17, various other precepts. Verse 14, and above all these things put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness. Now we know charity, I covered the multitude of sins, right? Charity, giving us bread, feeding, helping the homeless out, right? And on a spiritual level, giving brothers the understanding. Because bread, according to the scriptures, on the spiritual level is referred to as understanding. According to the book of Sirach, chapter 15, verse 3. Verse 15, it says, let the peace of God rule in your hearts, to which also ye are called in one body, and be ye thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and in hymns and spiritual songs, singing with the grace of the Lord, hearts to the Lord. Right? Let Christ dwell in you, man, with wisdom. And that goes back to meditating on the laws day and night. According to various precepts, Joshua 1 and 8, right? The book of Sirach, chapter 6. Let me grab him. I don't want to just quote him. I was kind of trying to make this quick. The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 37, it says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in His commandments. So you have to meditate, man. And then Joshua 1:8 says, meditate day and night. You have to literally be all about these precepts and about these commandments. Because you that new man. You walking in the image of the Most High. Right? It says, He shall establish thy heart and give wisdom at thy own desires. So if you keeping these commandments, you meditating therein, the Most High gonna give you wisdom at your own desire. Right? Let's go back to the book of Colossians, the 3rd chapter. I even say in Colossians 3 and 1, if you be risen with Christ, seek those things which are above. Right? Meditate on things which are above. That's why I say in Matthew 6 and 33, there seek the kingdom of heaven first, and all these things shall be added unto you. I believe. Paraphrasing it. Verse 17, and whatsoever ye do in word or deed, doing in all the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and the Father by him, right? You give all credit to the Most High by his Son, Yahweh Shah. Wives, submit yourselves unto the Lord, your own husbands, as it is fit in the Lord, right? Wives, hey, submit yourselves, right? Reverence your husbands. Keep the commandments, right? Hey, be there for your husbands, man, when he going through it. When he get off them highways and byways, hey, have a nice, well-cooked meal for him, right? Ask him questions about the scriptures. Okay, what can I do better this for the Lord? Hey, reverence your husbands, man. Verse 19, husbands, love your wives and be not bitter against them, right? Husbands, hey, treat your wife like that princess, man, right? Hey, when you come home, make sure you teaching her the breakdowns and the scriptures too. You got brothers in the truth, treating their wives like crap, man, messing it up for the other brothers. They want to treat they wives like princesses. Make sure she's straight. Verse 20, it says, children, obey your parents in all things, for this is well pleasing unto the Lord. Children, child, hey, now, this not talking about wicked family members. It's not talking about that. Because if a wicked family member is telling you to eat pork, is you going to do it? No. It already say in the book of Acts chapter 5, verse 29, hey, we ought to obey God rather than men. So it's obvious talking about your parents in His truth. Hey, obey them, cause especially your father, cause he getting the commandments. Hey, he right underneath Yahweh Shah. According to the book of 1 Corinthians, the 11th chapter, the 3rd verse, is the Most High Yahweh Shah, man and woman. So right underneath the man is Yahweh Shah, right? And then it's the Most High. So, hey, kids, do what your parents say and reverence them. Hey, is well pleasing unto the Lord. It says your days will be prolonged amongst the earth. You in the truth, brother. You got brothers coming home, got to deal with their kids. Their kids talking back. Their kids don't want to keep the commandments. Hey, the Most I don't like that. It say, fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged, right? Fathers, husbands. Don't provoke. Hey, don't discourage your kids, man. Don't tell them they weak, especially the men. Don't tell them they none. They never gonna be none. They kind of getting discouraged off that. You gotta uplift them. Teach them in righteousness. Have them go through certain things so they can get stronger. It says, servants, obey in all things your masters according to the flesh, not with eye service as men pleasers, but in singleness of heart, fearing God. Now, we just obviously read in the other video, the slave master was using that actually refer to the slaves. Hey, they don't have the right scriptures. They don't have the right interpretation. They don't got the right understanding, Salakia. Let me grab that. This is how you get the real understanding. In the book of Psalms 111. This is the book of Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth forever. So the only way you're going to get a good understanding of the scriptures is if you keep the commandments. Esau, the so-called white man, cannot get a good understanding of the scriptures. Now, the Most High can have him understand who he is and stuff like that, and he know he's going to slavery, but the amount of wisdom he can only get in understanding is only so much, right? Because the commandments wasn't given to him to keep, right? So when it's talking about servants, obey your masters, hey, that could be, that could be your elders in a congregation, and that could be, the men that's out there, servants of the Lord, doing his work. And let me prove that with a precept. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 24. It says the disciple is not above his master. And we just read that master is Hamashiach Yahushua. And you the servants. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and you the servants. It says the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. Right? So you got servants of the Lord. Hey, you gotta obey your masters, right? And who's our master? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. We gotta keep these commandments and righteousness. All right, let's go back to the book of Colossians. Because in a blue letter A, it's different. It's a different type of servant. Let me prove that real quick. All right. You want to prove all things. Servant. Actually, let me go to Colossians 3. Salakia. I'm spelling it wrong. C-O. C-O-L. Salakia, bear with me. We're going to see what this word servants mean. Because Esau the damn devil for that, man. And the Strongs. Right? It said, it's called doulos. We're going to go to, it says a slave, bondman, man of servitude condition, a slave. This is where discernment comes in. Whereas B, it says metaf, one who gives himself up to another will to those whose service is used by Christ in extending and advancing his cause among men. So if you a servant, hey, you giving yourself up to Christ, you confessing that he's the Lord and Savior, and you keeping the commandments, and you a servant for the Lord. So that's what it's talking about. It's not talking about Esau, obey your slave masters. It's not talking about obey the so-called white man. That's not what it's talking about. That's where discernment comes in. Right? Verse 23, it says, and whatsoever ye do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. Right? Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. Right? You're going to get that reward. You're going to get that prize, as it talk about in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 9th chapter, the 24th verse. You got to run that race, though. It says, verse 25, but he that doeth wrong shall receive the wrong for which he have done, and there is no respect of persons. Right? So if you out here doing wrong, you're going to receive for the wrong you have done. And the Most High don't care about your feelings. According to various other precepts, the book of Proverbs chapter 24 verse 23, the book of Proverbs chapter 28 verse 21, Romans 2 and 11, right? Various precepts, the Most High don't care about how you feel. There's the book of Romans chapter 2 verse 11, for there is no respect of persons with God. So if you doing wrong, you're going to get received for what you have done wrong. The Most High don't care about your feelings, right? So with that, all praises to the Most High. I went off this on a spirit. The spirit had me touch on this. And hopefully, Lord willing, Israel got edified, right? Giving all glory and honor to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. With that, I'm going to give a strong shalom.